Fantastic Four and Superman have struggled to deliver a truly great movie for decades. Both franchises have been rebooted again and again, but none of them have given fans the perfect film they deserve. And now, in July 2025, both are making a comeback at the same time. The big question is who will finally break the curse. Let's compare the trailers for both Fantastic Four and Superman and see which one has the best chance to dominate the July box office. And if you ask me, I would say Superman. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. The Fantastic Four trailer fully embraces the 1960s setting, and while the aesthetic feels authentic, the constant emphasis on rockets makes it feel more like a space documentary than a superhero film. Marvel promised this wouldn't be another origin story, but the trailer is packed with origin-like sequences. The biggest red flag? Reed Richards, the leader of the Fantastic Four, doesn't showcase his powers at all. Could this be intentional misdirection, or does this version of Reed not have powers? If true, that would be a huge misstep. On the other hand, Superman makes one thing clear: this isn't the Superman we're used to. The opening shot shows Superman beaten and blooded, something rarely seen in past adaptations. This signals a grittier take, which some fans love, but others are worried about the darker tone. Controversy sparked when a promotional image made Superman's eyes look strange, leading to backlash. James Gunn later explained it was just a lens distortion, but some fans remain skeptical. Despite some concerns, Superman's trailer has generated mostly positive buzz, while Fantastic Four leaves more questions than excitement. When it comes to casting, both Superman and Fantastic Four face challenges that are fueling fan debates. After the huge buildup surrounding Henry Cavill's Superman, especially after his return in Black Adam, fans were expecting him to continue in the role for the new DC universe. So when James Gunn announced a recast with David Corenswet, the reaction was mixed. A lot of fans were disappointed and, in some cases, angry. It's understandable. Cavill had become the face of Superman for many. However, Corenswet's portrayal as Clark Kent in the trailer is solid, and he fits the role perfectly, offering a fresh take. As Superman, he does the job, but some fans just aren't sold on him yet. The acting feels subtle, but it hasn't wowed everyone, with many still holding on to the idea of Cavill's Superman. It's a tough position for Corenswet to be in, but time will tell if he can win over the fans. Then we have Fantastic Four's Reed Richards, played by Pascal. This casting has sparked a lot of controversy, particularly because many fans feel Pascal is too old for the role. The concern is that Marvel might just use him for this movie and let him exit without further development. However, in the trailer, I didn't see Reed Richards. I only saw Pedro Pascal playing the role. There's nothing that made him stand out as Mr. Fantastic. It might be that he hasn't had a chance to fully embody the character yet, but as of now, it just feels like an odd choice. Fans had high expectations for this iconic character, and it's hard to match what's been done in the comics. Human Torch is supposed to be the fun, talkative, and charming one of the team, but in the trailer, the actor playing Johnny Storm doesn't bring that energy. Instead, he seems dark and brooding, which doesn't fit the character at all. It's hard not to compare him to Chris Evans, who made the role iconic with his charm and wit. This new take feels a bit flat, and the actor still comes across as his character from Stranger Things. There's no real transformation into Johnny Storm. It leaves you wondering, does he have what it takes to bring that spark to the role? Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, has been a fan favorite, but this CGI version doesn't live up to expectations. Sure, it's comic accurate, but it doesn't translate well into live action. His look feels weird, and many fans still prefer the earlier renditions of The Thing. The technology has advanced, so there's no excuse for a subpar visual representation of such an important character with such an iconic look. Fans expect more. One of the few positive points of the Fantastic Four trailer is the casting of Sue Storm. She fits the role better than Jessica Alba ever did, and there's a certain chemistry that makes her feel like a great match for the role. Both Superman and Fantastic Four trailers feature a robotic companion, and I think both characters instantly connect with the audience without any doubt. These robots are designed for sacrifice, to evoke emotional responses. In the beginning of both movies, the robots crack jokes and try to bond with the audience. But as the story progresses, the villain destroys the robot, creating a powerful moment that builds up the hero's emotional journey. In the Superman trailer, this is clearly shown, with the robot's sacrifice driving Superman's growth. The trailer builds up the bond between Superman and the robot, only to show its destruction, triggering Superman to rise stronger than ever. In contrast, the Fantastic Four trailer doesn't directly show this moment, but it's likely that the same thing will happen with the Herbie robot. The robot's role seems to be emotionally important, with its sacrifice bringing a similar emotional arc to the team. The Fantastic Four movie focused on being a family entertainer, relies on humor to showcase the team's close-knit dynamic and appeal to audiences of all ages. It's essential for balancing the action and emotional moments, making the characters relatable. James Gunn, known for his humor in films like Guardians of the Galaxy, faces a challenge with Superman, whose character is traditionally more serious and about hope and responsibility. While humor could feel out of place, Gunn has a knack for blending humor with deeper themes. If he uses humor subtly, it could enhance the film without undermining Superman's noble persona. Fans are hopeful that Gunn will strike the right balance to make the movie both fun and true to Superman's character. Talking about the villains, Galactus is a massive threat in the Fantastic Four universe. He has the potential to be one of Marvel's greatest villains, but looking at their track record, there's a big risk that he'll be wasted. We've already seen Marvel ruin villains like Gorr the God Butcher and Kang the Conqueror, turning them into forgettable characters just to appeal to family audiences. If Marvel follows the same formula, Galactus could end up being another wasted opportunity. On the other hand, Superman's trailer didn't reveal the main villain, but we know Lex Luthor is in the movie. While Lex is an iconic Superman villain, DC has been milking him for years. We've seen so many versions of Lex that it's hard to get excited about another one unless they bring something truly unique to the table. So both movies have villain problems. One might be wasted, and the other might feel overused. James Gunn has full creative freedom to make Superman, and we've already seen how well his work performs when he has control. Creature Commandos and Peacemaker both received over 95% audience ratings because of this creative freedom, allowing him to shape the story without interference. Fans trust Gunn's vision, and Superman benefits from his ability to craft unique and engaging characters. On the other hand, Fantastic Four is under Marvel's restrictions and Disney's influence, raising major concerns. While Deadpool is expected to perform well, that's largely due to Ryan Reynolds ensuring the character stays true to its roots. Other MCU movies like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and The Marvels suffered under Disney's control, resulting in underwhelming performances. This makes Fantastic Four a big question mark. Will Marvel allow Fantastic Four to be the bold and fresh movie it needs to be, or will it fall into the same pattern as recent MCU disappointments? That's a huge issue fans are worried about. Anyway, in the July race, Superman will definitely win for one simple reason: hype. Fans are excited to see the beginning of the new DC universe. Whether the movie turns out great or not, it's guaranteed to perform well at the box office. Another reason is the director. When Marvel was struggling, James Gunn delivered Guardians of the Galaxy, giving the MCU a much-needed boost. He knows how to handle a movie, keep audiences engaged, and add emotional depth to his stories. His films connect with fans on a deeper level, making Superman a strong contender for success. On the other hand, Fantastic Four is also a hyped movie, but it feels like just another Marvel film. If it's good, it will perform well, but if it's not, it will struggle to even break even. So for me, Superman has the clear edge. What about you? Who do you think will win this July?